How often do you use the word depression?
For me, depression is something when you feel mentally tortured or when you lose someone precious. It is a loss of mind where you don't feel like doing anything or talking to anyone. You feel isolated and
It is not just an illness that we suffer from. It is, I feel, to me, it is an uncurable disease. Depression actually has no cure to it.
Mental stress that isolates you from the real world and takes you to the place of loneliness. Depression is something that makes you feel low, completely low.
Due to frequent use of this word, more and more people are misguided. Little bit of sadness due to daily hassles, common changes in mood, and few other things people start noticing in themselves. They start considering themselves as depressed without actually knowing the meaning of this term depression.
So together,
We will enlighten you all about.
what depression is.
Depression is a type of mood disorder which comes under psychological disorders. It is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act.
Depression causes feelings of sadness and a loss of interest in activities once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease a person's ability to function at work and at home.
According to DSM-5, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, there are different criteria for the classification of mental disorders. The symptoms of depression are
Insomnia or hypersomnia most of the days. Psychomotor agitation or retardation nearly every day.
markedly diminished interest or pleasure in all or almost all the activities most of the day, nearly every day.
Diminished ability to think or concentrate or indecisiveness.
Significant weight loss when not dieting or weight gain, or decreased or increased in appetite nearly every day.
Recurrent thoughts of death, recurrent suicidal ideation without a specific plan or a suicide attempt or a specific plan for committing suicide.
A lot of people can suffer from depression from your family or anyone from your friend circle, but you might not know. And there can be cases where people may claim that they are depressed. So it is very important for all of us to know the symptoms and take help from a psychological expert.
Taking God's name in vain is a sin. Similarly, calling yourself depressed without diagnosis can be a curse which you are welcoming by yourself. As a psychologist, I would always want all the people to know this fact that self-diagnosis is not the solution, and just reading things on Google is not actually going to help you, because there are certain symptoms and there are a lot of things that has to be incorporated before you come into the diagnosis of it. So people here, we have to understand that depression is not a word that should be used in your day-to-day life just for simple mere mood swings. Similarly, but if the mood swings are going to a very extensive level and where you cannot handle them, then the things are not again normal. If you have been having extensive sadness, if you're depressed with your emotional setups, does not mean you are going through depression. That is a phase. There are certain episodes that you need to have before actually diagnosing yourself or being said to be in depression. So these are certain things that people don't know. Just having sadness for 6 days is not depression. Okay, so there has to be a certain extensive, intense level of episodes that has to go through. Means there are so many criteria. The criteria are losing of interest, not just from one thing. It may happen, but losing interest from everything is a sign of depression. Is a sign of depression does not mean you are depressed. You are losing appetite or you're eating too much. It can be either case in depression. So don't think that if you're not liking to eat or something, you're depressed. Okay, so if you're eating too much, again, does not mean that you're depressed. Then it can be you're losing your interest in many things that you like, but you're not liking to doing it. Here the thing is, you have to understand, people, that depression has a lot of symptoms, things which has to be followed in certain episodes. And if you cannot recover after 6 episodes or maybe 12 episode at max, then you are actually depressed. Just being sad for a period of 10 days is not depression. This is what I want to tell the audience as a psychologist, because we are facing this problem for a very long time, that people think coming up to a psychologist means you are mad or you are crazy. It's not that. People need psychologists because we are always surrounded by a lot of problems, and here psychologists can help you understand where things are going wrong. Maybe before you can get depressed, you can come out of it with the help of a psychologist. Thank you.